Tainted Metal has been added to No Man's Sky Origins in this special Halloween update. This new substance is useful in a few ways, all of which we'll go over today, as well as how to farm it most efficiently. With Tainted Metal comes new items purchasable with it, all of which I have for you too. On top of this, an additional way of gaining Quicksilver has been added along with general changes to derelict freighters and more, so let's go through everything. First of all, the patch notes. If you don't really care about these, you can skip to the time on screen now to get to the new items in Tainted Metal. Derelict freighters have been rebalanced for increased challenge. Low temperatures are more extreme, security systems are tougher and more efficient at locating intruders, aliens are more aggressive and all hostile lifeforms are more difficult to defeat. Added the possibility of looting Quicksilver to derelict freighters. This will be available for the next few weeks. I'll mention now before you get too excited, while this is nice, it is also only a 6.6% chance of a flat case dropping 15 Quicksilver. So while it is indeed a nice little surprise to get it, it's also just that nice little surprise and not worth farming derelicts purely for this. The flat blue cases are the only lootable containers on derelict freighters that drop Quicksilver. The scrap dealer on space stations now stocks a range of base parts, decals, banners and a horrific flesh helmet. This stuff is really cool, I'm super pleased they added these, we'll go into them very shortly. The scrap dealer now trades in new black market currency, Tainted Metal, which can be salvaged from derelict freighters. I have all the ways you can gather this with full drop rates and general hourly gain, which we'll also go through shortly. The scrap dealer also now stocks repair kits. Added 2 new player titles which may be earned via in-game achievements and selected at the appearance modifier. I'll go over how to get these titles shortly too. Improve the notification icons shown when entering freighters and derelict freighters. Fixed an issue that caused hostile creatures to fall through the floor of derelict freighters. Fixed an issue that caused derelict freighter doors to take too long to open. Fixed an issue which would cause derelict freighter messages to linger after leaving the freighter without fully exploring it. Fixed an issue which caused the Lost in Space mission to linger after leaving a derelict freighter. Fixed an issue that could occasionally cause the guild envoy and scrap dealer rewards for completing a derelict freighter to be the wrong way around in callback systems. Fixed an issue that could cause derelict freighters to despawn if the player attempted to fix or install technology on their ship while at a distance. Fixed an issue that could cause aquatic fauna to be listed as extinct when discovered. Fixed an issue that could occasionally prevent creatures from spawning where or as often as they should. Fixed an issue that could cause teleporters to display the wrong galaxy name for some early galaxies. Euclid is back in the list. Fixed an issue that prevented the exocraft mining laser from harvesting resources from terrain deposits. Fixed an issue that could cause freighter base parts to be unpowered when constructed in specific locations within the freighter. Fixed an issue that could cause weather effects to occur beyond the planetary atmosphere. Fixed an issue that could cause frigate expeditions to reward deprecated products. Good, they've removed the old condensed items that just taunted us after they were removed from the refining lists. Introduced a memory management optimization and fixed a number of memory related crashes on console. Fixed some rare crash issues. Swish, there are the patch notes, now for some Tainted Metal and new item goodness. Firstly, Tainted Metal. This is a new substance in No Man's Sky that has a few uses. It is worth 380 units per one. It can be refined into nanites at a ratio of 1 to 2, which is fine and dandy. But its primary use is as the currency of the black market. Pugnium has been replaced as a currency used for scrap dealers on space stations, meaning that not only is the Pugnium for nanites method of grinding nanites no longer available, but it is more beneficial to refine your Tainted Metal to nanites than to buy X-class tech to then sell for nanites. I really love this change, as that method was a bit OP, so much so it essentially made it the best method for gaining them by over double, which defeats the purpose of a sandbox game allowing multiple viable ways to do the same thing. It also ties everything together. The only little touch I would do from what I've seen so far is to make X-class tech not possible to sell to standard tech merchants, purely as it makes no sense that they would accept illegal items. Maybe the occasional dodgy one would, and there was a way to identify a dodgy vendor with a special emblem on their clothing or something. Anyway, back to the video. Tainted Metal is now used for buying X-class tech, the packets of tech and goods, the occasional product including nip buds, but also a whole bunch of new items, including buildables, a sweet Halloween helmet, and some player banners. First off, we have 4 decals: Hazard, Warning, Horrific, and Tentacled. These are all 400 Tainted Metal each. Next are 2 banners for your profile, the Appalling banner and the Tentacled banner. These are both just 220 Tainted Metal each. Then 2 buildable items. These are Placeable Sludge and Orange Pustule. These are both 500 Tainted Metal each, and Sludge requires 20 feasting to build, with the Pustule requiring 10 carbon and 10 copper to build. There is another buildable, but it's way cooler. This is the Wriggling Companion. This is similar to the Quicksilver Companion bot that flies around in a circle around where you built the base, except it's a green glowing space jellyfish from Derelicts. This costs 800 Tainted Metal to purchase and needs 30 Pugnium and 30 Platinum to build. Almost last, we have the Horrific Flesh helmet, which is a pretty sweet Halloween mask. It's rather creepy. This will cost you 3200 Tainted Metal. Lastly, we have the 2 titles. These do not appear to be available for purchase anywhere, even though they have a value of 800 Tainted Metal. These titles are Pillar of Light and The Doomed. Here comes a little spoiler. You can uncover your ears when the red border leaves the screen if you don't want to know how to get them. You get the Pillar of Light title by handing in a captain's log from a derelict freighter to a guild envoy, and you get the Doom title by handing in a captain's log to the scrap dealer. Spoiler over, back to the vid. Those are all the new items for this Halloween update, but now you might be left wondering where to get Tainted Metal. The answer to this is simple: derelict freighters. There are no methods of obtaining it outside of them, but of course there are different drop rates and such. Not only this, but the amount you get is different on normal difficulty versus survival and permadeath. Flat cases have a 26.5% chance of dropping 40 to 50 Tainted Metal on normal mode, or 10 to 30 on survival and permadeath. From here on out I'll just say hard mode instead of survival and permadeath. Big blue crates have a 10.1% chance if you don't have the derelict freighter blueprints yet, or 10.5% chance if you do, of dropping 40 to 50 on normal or 10 to 30 on hard mode. Lockers have an 8.3% chance of dropping 40 to 50 on normal mode or 10 to 25 on hard mode. Floating canisters do not drop it, nor do the ships you can sometimes find in the derelicts. Also, there is no option to obtain it from the last console. However, the crew manifest and captain's log can be traded to the scrap dealer for Tainted Metal. This is also different based on the game mode. In the files this says 200 for the crew manifest or 300 for the captain's log, but I've seen different. As before, the amount you get for each from the scrap dealer is the same every time for that system's derelict freighter. The test system I did gave 314 for the manifest and 470 for the captain's log on normal mode, and 150 for the manifest and 225 for the captain's log on hard mode. Knowing the drop rate allows us to work out the hourly gain for specific derelict freighters. My test freighter was one submitted some time ago by Stuart Young. It is located in Euclid and consists of 10 rooms, in total containing 24 flat cases, 53 large blue crates and 23 lockers. This gives us an average of 613 Tainted Metal on normal mode or 267 on hard mode from the lootables inside, and 784 on normal and 375 on hard mode for the manifest and logs. This derelict takes around 6 minutes and 12 seconds for an average run once you have done it once or twice to learn the layout a little, and so will give 8,569 Tainted Metal per hour on normal mode or 3,942 on hard mode. This includes handing in the manifest and captain's log, which I highly recommend you do, as for the efficiency, it nearly doubles the hourly gain, even though you have to head back to the station between each run. It is also far more cost effective to do it this way as far as unit costs for emergency broadcast receivers. If you wish to learn more about derelict freighters, be sure to check out the derelict freighter guide, which other than the loot tables, which have now been changed, is up to date and covers everything you may wish to know about derelict freighters. As for Quicksilver, even on this one you'll only average about 20 per run at best. If you want to see this in action, I'll be streaming myself farming this run a little after this guide goes live, so check it out if you're unclear about anything and either wish to see how I do it or if you have any follow-up questions. Thank you for watching. If you liked this, you'll probably like my other videos, so subscribe to keep in the loop on everything No Man's Sky with guides and news, let's plays and live streams. Huge thank you to all my patrons and YouTube members who support Zane's World and help me bring this content to you. If you wish support, the Patreon is linked in the pinned comment along with a Teespring store with some epic Zane's World merch. We also have a Discord and website full of awesome people and amazing tools to help you play your game the way you want. Have an awesome day, folks.